In this module, we'll be learning about what happens in our body when we're stressed and how to manage your stress response. We'll also be covering some tips on how to develop a habit. So let's get started. The physiology of stress. What makes you stressed? If you're a typical high school student, you might relate to many of these things. Perhaps there are other more serious issues that additionally cause you stress, like homelessness, food insecurity, or physical insecurity. When we feel stressed, what happens in our bodies? Let's simplify this by thinking about other mammals. Imagine we're a herd of zebra on the savannah and a pack of lions comes along. What's your body's emergency response? In an emergency, our heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing all increase to ensure that our body has the nutrients and oxygen we need to respond, and our muscle tension increases to be ready for whatever action we take. At the same time, our non-emergency systems all slow down because our body is prioritizing the emergency response. Digestion, we don't need dinner right now. In fact, we might just eject it to make us lighter in case we need to run away. Immunity, who cares about that infected big toenail when we might be eaten by a lion in the next few minutes? Reproduction, we are definitely not thinking about passing on our genetic code. None of that matters when you're surrounded by a pack of predators. This is what we call fight-flight. It's our emergency response, our body preparing to take action. Back on the savannah, what happens when the lions leave? Everyone calms down again. Zebras don't get ulcers. Our body turns off fight-flight, our emergency response is deactivated, and our baseline longer-term systems are reactivated. This is called rest and digest. These responses are like a toggle switch moving back and forth between fight-flight and rest and digest. Now think back to the things that we said stress us out. Our problem is that our stressors don't go away like a pack of lions. In fact, sometimes they hang around 24/7 depending on what we're thinking about. What happens with our body systems when we're chronically stressed? When we don't relax between stress episodes and we stay in fight, flight, or emergency mode for long periods of time, we wear our bodies out and we develop all sorts of unhealthy issues. High blood pressure, heart disease, shortness of breath, asthma, headaches, back and shoulder pain, stomach aches and digestive problems, frequent colds, and longer illnesses. These are all examples of health issues related to chronic stress. We tend to think of these systems as automatic. They just happen without us consciously thinking about it. We don't have to intentionally sit down and concentrate on digesting our dinner because our autonomous nervous system takes care of these things for us. However, it turns out you can actually control one of these things quite easily. Which one is it? Breath. When you intentionally slow down your breath, you also slow down the rest of the emergency systems, and you activate the longer-term systems. Slowing down your breathing turns off fight-flight and turns on rest and digest.